No matter who you are or where you live, if your passion is hunting, then make your dreams come true. Join us on a great safari and adventure as we traverse 5 continents in search of world's finest hunting trophies. Join the best professional hunters in the world in search for the best trophy animals. You will experience unforgettable hunting adventures and international cultures that few people on Earth get to know. Share the thrill of the ultimate challenge to promote the sustained use of world's greatest renewable resources, wildlife conservation, and fair chase hunting. Feel the excitement, share the passion, join the experience of the ultimate adventure that this world has to offer. Let Safari Season take you there. In today's episode, we will participate together in a safari that takes place in South America, the continent where hunting all endemic wildlife is forbidden. On the contrary, hunting all imported animal species is allowed. The country we are about to visit is Argentina. The biodiversity that is typical to this country is not inherent to any other. Andes' high mountainous ridges separate it and create prerequisites for versatile climate regions. The western part of the country is home to animals such as penguins, llama, foxes, and guanaco, and the southern to pumas, wild bears, elephant seals, sea lions. This is the country of natural riches with beautiful waterfalls, green fields, and high mountaintops. The subtropical northern regions of Argentina are being inhabited by numerous animals such as puma, ocelot, jaguars, as well as various kind of monkeys, dogs, versatility of reptiles, crocodiles, turtles, and tortoises. You could also see wolves, anteaters, cats, foxes, and deer. You will find subtropical plants as well as grazing lands typical to the savanna spacious areas. The development of stock breeding and agricultures is the main reason for the local farmers to rear and introduce hunting species in nature that have been imported from Europe, Asia, and Africa.
Another hunting adventure, namely the 7th in a row for me and the renowned bow hunter Gary Bogner, was ahead of us. We made ourselves comfortable in the house of several generations of farmers that used to rear huge cow herds and at present were producing corn, soya, and other GMO crops. Argentina is leader in that area, and all leading companies such as Monsanto, Pioneer, DuPont, and others grow at its territory their own production that is mainly exported for China and Japan. Our host Gonzalo was a hereditary farmer, but his passion for hunting and wildlife made him undertake the adventurous life of professional hunter. We were located at some 400 kilometers from Buenos Aires, near mountainous range. The 1,200-meter high highlands were amongst the highest mountains in a range of 6-hour travel. We were impatient to undertake hunting, but everything bides its time. The first and foremost prerequisite for the successful hunt of bow hunter is being confident in the precision and setup of his weapon.
The successful shots at the aim are necessary not only to the hunter. What it takes is win over the trust of professional hunter to be able to look for shooting environment that is adequate in view of hunter's capacities. Gary Bogner is one of the best bow hunters worldwide. Distant hits are taboo to most bow hunters because of the difficulties encountered when stretching the Titan bowstring. This is not a problem to the dinosaur, the way he calls himself. The daily training sessions with a heavy bow have turned his muscles into machine that many young hunters could dream of.
They always do that.
You want to give me one of yours? And I measure for you.
Well, do you have binoculars?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I have them built right into the binoculars.
The same evening, we went hunting while going around our hunting region. It was a very beautiful and colorful place. We were about to hunt red deer, axis deer, fallow deer, as well as black buck. Later on, we were about to try our luck in hunting water buffaloes. We were about to look for some of the largest wild inhabitants of the savanna, a real pest for farmers. The large animals do not respect fences and enclosures, and they pass through them, all while leaving devastated fields and orchards behind. The same problem was encountered by our hosts when it comes to boars. Both animal species were very dangerous to hunt. Statistics when it comes to lethal and fatal injuries inflicted by wild animals during hunting shows boars and buffaloes being amongst the most dangerous pampas inhabitants. It was my pleasure feeling the summer breeze coming from the open windows while thinking of the snow hell that had captured Bulgaria at that time. We saw many animals. The location was convenient for stalking performed by bow hunter because there were many low rocky sections to cover up. From great distance, it looked like barren and open area, but while sneaking amongst these hollows up in the mountain, it was possible to approach them at sufficient distance for shot produced by a bow. Deer roaring was in its peak. Heat made them keep silent throughout the day, and it was only early in the morning and in the evening when they started resounding the mountain with their voices.
The evening proved fruitless to us because we could hear their roar on rare occasions and long distances. The large group of water buffaloes was watching us with great interest, while Gonzalo was taking a look for a big bull. On several occasions, we saw black bucks that were jumping graciously in the grass while rapidly running away from us. Several llamas were grazing calmly on the left of the road. Tens of cows and calves were gazing at us while we were passing by. But there is no nice deer.
We have lunch there at the ranch, and we come back late afternoon. That's the plan. Okay, we go here in this area. We go for red deer, axis deer, black buck.
All here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then next week we move to our family ranch. I mean, where remember the castle, the European castle. So that's the second part of the hunt. So at 5 p.m. we continue until night.
Here we go. First full day, a new day.
You have service?
I had one thing at lunch, it downloaded 2 emails.
While we were touring by the car, we managed to localize several small deer herds. There were no large trophy animals among them. The old forest kings ruled over larger herds with females, and usually grandiose battles were fought for these herds, away from roads and human eyes. If we wanted to stalk a large deer, we had to undertake long march in order to find the herds amidst the forest. After a 2-hour difficult march, we located a herd where there were at least 3 large trophy bulls. The sun was high above, and the animals were getting prepared for rest amidst the tree shadows.
We had to be patient if we wanted to shoot down a nice trophy animal. We had to wait in the tree cover-up until deer started moving around. Otherwise, neither favorable wind nor masking costumes were about to help us. The animals could see our unclear silhouettes, but until they had no idea of our nature, we were about to be safe, or rather undercover. There are 2 deer near our position, and one of them looked younger, but with many points. The better trophy animal, namely the older one, was further away, but maybe it was about to come closer or stand in more convenient shooting position. When it comes to bow hunting, the most important thing is to be patient.
After Gary's precise shot, the herd realized the secretive silhouettes in the forest were hunters. All deer started running through the meadow, fleeing away from us. Once again, patient and precise shooting of the experienced hunter brought hunting to happy ending. The whole shooting passed in an angled manner through deer's body. It probably injured essential organs such as lung and heart.
Very good shot, man. Long shot. Long shot.
Well done, Gary.
The shot produced in the lung usually proves lethal,
It's always something.
and the animal makes not more than 300 to 400 meters. There may be some complications when it comes to finding the animal if terrain is cross-cut and overgrown with plantation. The difficulties are due to the fact that bleeding has no external effusions in the first minutes until the internal cavity gets full. Thus, no bloody traces are left until the animal gets weak because of internal blood loss. Fortunately, the terrain there was open and we found the large animal relatively easily. Furthermore, we had bloodhound.
We got really lucky, and we found a beautiful free-ranging stag. He's probably about 8 years old, and made a fairly good shot on him, and he went about 75 yards or so. It was a lung shot, and I'm really happy. The rut is just getting going here. Probably in another week or so they'll really be roaring, but 80 degrees doesn't do much, as my elk hunter friends and red stag friends know. But things came together, and a thimble of luck to a pound of skill, as they say.
We loaded the large animal in the car and headed back home. It sounds incredible, but all you could see here is possible thanks to human cares and results from many years of diligent work.
We were about to hunt at an area of 20,000 hectares. 3 years, the grandfathers of Gonzalo used to raise soy, corn, and cattle in the vast forest planted personally by Gonzalo's predecessor 100 years ago.
Green area, it has, you will see a couple like that style. That was Larreta style. He liked to make that chimneys. So imagine all these woods in 1900, they were nothing. Holy. Here here, there's a place I will show you, but that's in April, where most of the fallow deer concentrate there to the roading.
Yeah.
And they like, the deer always like certain places to go. They go every year the same. Or there's a poplars trees plantation. But here, you go walking, you see boars, sheep, buffalo, fallow deer.
How do you call that plant?
Triptoma.
Triptoma?
Yeah, triptoma. Yeah, but we find them in the opening.
It is good to know that in Argentina, except for its northeastern part, there are no forests. All trees have been planted by people. We were at the Pampas trees territories, and every tree, not to speak of a huge forest like the one in Gonzalo's mansion, has grown thanks to human cares. It was very impressive when we realized the scale of all this, and the presence of so much game amazed us. We were definitely about to take advantage of the opportunity for hunting boars, as it looked like everybody here believed they were pests and harmful game. We didn't mind helping harness their population.
The gaucho will go with the dogs.
He could flop down there and just raise his head and get a piece of corn over here, another one over here, another one over here.
They grow wild.
You don't treat them with anything?
It's not red, it's green still. See?
Looks like bean.
Yeah, soya beans.
Interestingly, how come a plant like this could turn into the reason for the replacement of animal species throughout a continent? Maybe you have not even thought about it, but the result is visible even to the most ardent hunting opponents. As a result of the increased interest in rearing GMO crops, they cleared off huge areas from naturally growing local plant and tree species. This lowered habitats of endangered animal species. Hence, they got extinct. This action would not be left without consequences by the locals if they had any benefit from hunting endemic animal species. Hence, they forbade all animal species whose habitats coincide with the need of new arable lands for rearing fodder camps. In a word, where there are no hunters, there are no obstacles for cutting forests down. Hence, equatorial forests decreased twofold in the last 30 years, and according to our forecasts, they go down to 90% in 2020. The local animal species will get extinct not because hunters hunt them, but because their hunt is forbidden.
This is dry, but usually they are inside like a nut. Pine tree nut. They're very nice. These are wild, but if you take care of, you get the piñones, what we call it.
Piñones.
Very expensive. Loose, it's good. It's gonna smell the.
Yeah, it's really nice. Give that to Gary to try it.
Try it. It's like a nut.
Yeah, it's delicious, Gary. I like it.
So while passing by the endless fields sown with GMO soy, we wondered how much time it will take people to realize the fact trophy hunting promotes the development of each and every animal species in which trophy hunters are interested. Actually, hunters' interest in hunting something, whatever it is, created prerequisites for introducing species such as rams, goats, buffaloes, several deer types, wild boars, and other game here in Argentina.
Even though local farmers perceive them as harmful game because no fence or enclosure could stop them. Despite the fact they damage crops, farmers gladly keep the animals because they get financial benefits from the hunting licenses paid by the hunters to shoot these harmful animals down. It is so simple and obvious. Why do they prohibit hunting? Because of the land and not because of preserving animals.
No matter how calm these rams seemed to be, they would not let Gary to a closer distance.
At that open meadow with no cover, the hunter didn't stand a chance of approaching and remaining unnoticed. Gary would have to try a long-distance shot. At 40 meters amidst the high thorny bushes, the shot seemed quite risky.
Arrows hit in the thick fur could be heard from afar. The question was whether that arrow managed to pierce the almost impermeable fleece. While we were waiting for the ram to fall, Gonzalo offered the hunter to stalk another animal. The twisted horned rams Gary wanted to shoot down were several. We were happy enough to have another ram type in the herd that ran away. Gary didn't wait for second invitation and headed carefully with Gonzalo for the nearby small forest where rams were hidden.
Finding the wound in the thick fleece proved mission impossible. Interestingly, the arrow had passed through the fleece that was 3-finger thick. It became obvious it passed fully on both sides because of the traces near the fallen animal.
Oh, thank you. It's good to see.
Oh, look at the hair. See those blades?
Yes.
Wow. They really stop. All right, we'll clean that, and we have a new arrow.
Good.
Gary's luck was flawless. In less than an hour, we had 2 animals for the museum collection with animals imported from Argentina. Multi-horned sheep and feral goat. Both species were imported in Argentina by the European settlers more than 100 years ago, and these used to be attractive hunting species for the hunters from Safari Club International.
In addition to the trophy value of their horns, Gonzalo was about to treat us with homemade sudzuk of the meat of those animals.
On our way back, we were about to look around for larger water buffalo. These animals didn't let anyone close to them, and it would have turned out to be a real challenge to Gary and Gonzalo to approach them at less than 30 meters in the open areas.
While we were taking a look of the buffaloes that were slowly walking away, Gonzalo got a call from the gauchos. In one soy field, there was an invasion of wild boars, and they managed with the help of dogs to stop the run of large boar. The matter was whether we would make it to the place before the boar ran away, or even worse, whether it had wounded some dog or the gauchos and their horses. It seemed there were no accidents. Everybody was fast to jump out of the car, and Gary prepared for shooting at around 20 meters. The boar kept rolling all the time while chasing the dogs, and the hunter had to shoot on the go. The boar proved very large. Maybe that was the reason for not running away. It was rather irritated by the dogs and wanted to pierce them with its lethal tusks. Gonzalo was about to cover us with his carbine if something went wrong, and the boar attacked us. The last-second rotation saved the boar from getting directly hit in the heart. The spike passed that close by the large cardiac muscle. Nevertheless, the boar decided to attack its new enemy.
He's dying. Gary.
In the frenzy, Gary managed to let another arrow in the boar's shoulder blade, but the adrenaline turned the animal into an extremely strong one. The last arrow put the battle to the end. The large boar was down. Every bow hunter knows that the hit animal should be left in peace. You just found out why the wounded game should not be chased right after the hit.
Remember that inside they have double, no?
Yeah. Was this the first one you saw?
¿Te sirvieron este solo o una piara, no?
Una piara.
No, they saw like a...
Era una piara, con los perros lo corrimos y los perros empagaron el
No, they
padrillo y
saw
se
a
quedó
group.
peleando.
They saw a group and the dogs get this. They got this.
Wonderful.
No, lo pararon los perros, ¿eh?
¿Cómo lo paran? Impresionante.
The animal.
Very nice.
Gauchos are the real cowboys in South America. They ride and hunt easily. They take care after the cattle, the unwanted animals, and everything related to surviving in the pampas. But 100 years ago, they were the main moving force of livestock breeding. Nowadays, it is not clear from where the name gaucho originates. The probable hypotheses are about Mapuche cauchu, vagabond, Quechua huachu, orphan, or the Arabic chaucho, whip for driving the cattle along. Whatever the initial meaning, nowadays the gaucho name belongs to the professional cowboys and hunters in Argentina. Gauchos in the middle of the 18th century used to hunt wild horses in the vast pampas. Additionally, they used to hunt wild animals for their skin, in order to trade with contraband commodities for the British, Dutch, French, and Portuguese that were fleeing to the continent. Until the end of the 18th century, all wild herds were captured by the large farmers, and the area was enclosed. They started cleaning up the pampas and sow lucerne to feed the cattle. Then gauchos stopped being cowboys and turned into farmhand and workers.
See that horse, what he's doing with his nose? He stopped.
The pig chase us, Gary. It's very warm. Very warm.
Facundo is warm too.
Yes, with all the
Yeah, from the chaps.
chops. The chops. This is what I say, Gary. These are nice.
Oh, yes.
Snake proof.
Okay. Where did you get these?
Yeah, in Buenos Aires.
Huh?
In Buenos Aires.
Okay.
But let me see if I can get a pair. Okay.
Snake proofed?
Snake proof.
So far in the season of safari season, we got to know one of the most rapidly developing countries in South America, Argentina. We saw the way local prohibitions on hunting wildlife species disappear to leave space for development and proliferation of other hunting-introduced wildlife species. We took part in the hunt of our famous friend and prominent environmentalist, the bow hunter Gary Bogner. He helped local farmers get rid of a boar and 2 goats. All these animals got the statute of harmful game. In the remaining minutes, we will accompany the bow hunter in stalking the water buffalo that is as dangerous as its African brother. Will the hunter be successful in approaching the half-ton animal close enough to get his bow shooting effective? We will find out in a while.
Let me be your company. Feel the excitement.